So you're thinking of being an advisory group convener. This can be both rewarding and character building, but isn't necessarily for everybody. An AG convener is tasked with leading a group through discussions and actions to work toward a common goal, common in that it's documented in the group's terms of reference. The goal can be specific and time limited, for instance spending 6 months to study a subject and write a report to share with the parent committee. Where there's a time requirement, this tends to be the term limit for the group and subsequently the convener. Alternatively, the group may be such that work is ongoing with repeating actions that are always being considered. For instance, JTC1 AG1 Communications, the group that initiated this series of videos. The goal of this group is to communicate information both within JTC1 and to the wider world. The need for information sharing never stops, therefore the group is effectively indefinite. Therefore, while there's a need to continue, the group will continue and there'll be a need for a convener. The convener convenes meetings, acts as a chairperson, ensures that documentation is circulated to the group, and actively works towards delivering results on the group's actions. Anybody can be an AG convener. However, to be a good convener, it's helpful if the person is able to communicate clearly, be decisive when needed, can schedule their time effectively as there's a degree of administration, management and planning needed, and be able to work to build consensus, especially if there are opposing opinions. It's also worth noting that you don't need to be an expert in the specific subject. It does help, but having an interest in the field, a willingness to lead it and a willingness to spend time to progress it is hugely advantageous. It should also be noted that this is not an excuse to have and push a personal agenda. The convener needs to be impartial. There will be opposing views, and working towards the best overall outcome for the group is the key and the goal. The amount of effort required to be an AG convener can vary hugely, depending on the subject matter and the goals of the group. If the goal has a specific time-sensitive deliverable, then it's normal to see the amount of time required increase as a piece of work gets towards completion and final delivery, just like any project. So we could be starting with an hour a week, building up to a couple of days a week as the final deliverable is due. On the other hand, a group which has ongoing work reoccurring, like AG1, there's a constant need to monitor and progress items in this group. This leads to probably a high average time requirement, but sees less large time fluctuations. Although this can occur, for instance, working on the logistics on the run-up to World Standards Day, there's going to be a spike when that happens. As a convener, through investing your time and dedication to getting the work done, comes a greater understanding of the specific subject matter of the group. Not only that, but while performing the role, it raises the convener's profile and highlights to others their strengths and weaknesses. And this, especially in the case of strengths, often gives others reasons to consider the person for subsequent positions. One of the biggest benefits can be something as simple as a warm feeling of fulfillment when a specific job is done. Obviously, while being a convener, if the subject matter turns out to be personally engaging, the sort of thing that makes you want to get up in the morning, then this can be a real boost and help with personal health, well-being, motivation, and mental strength. And not saying that one becomes an expert, but can lead to the person becoming a focal point on the subject to help input to future discussions on the same topic. Being a convener can be extremely rewarding, but does come with its risks and stresses. Let us know if you need more details, but also go and check out the other roles videos too.